watching Sports Talk with BWatts Entertainment. I'm your host, Bernard Watt.
We said.
What's going on? What's going on, peoples? Man, hey, all right, feeling good this weekend, feeling good this weekend. Hey, Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffalo did their thing on yesterday. Yes, they did. They had a perfect game to me on all three phases side of the football. Offense, defense, special team. Hey, I ain't got no complaints. And I tell you what we're gonna do. Let's bring up the fellas. And we're gonna jump right into this program, all right? Y'all don't mind, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share the video with your friends. If y'all don't mind, call somebody, text somebody, email somebody. It don't matter what you do. Let them know that we are on the airwaves right now. What's going on, fellas?
Yo. What's the
What's
word?
going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Man, I'm good. I'm good. Let's see. I did something wrong. Let me try it again. All right. Here we go. What's up, Steve?
What's going on, fellas? BWatts.
Hey, man, it's good out here. Everything good in Georgia, man. Everything good in Georgia. Rob, you don't made it back. Are you still out there in Florida?
No, I'm still in Florida, but man, before we get this show going, man, prayers out to everybody in the state of Florida, state of Georgia, North Carolina, anybody that's on the East Coast that was impacted by the storm. I just want to get that out the way, man, because I don't want people to think that we forgot about the people that's on this East Coast, but man, prayers out to them. Hopefully everybody make it back safely home. That came to the game, but man, let's get it going, baby.
All right. Coach Trey, you good?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just got out of practice. We had to have practice because we got a long week, so we just got out of practice. So we ready to rock and roll.
All right, guys. Hey, guys. Look, when I look at this game, man, I look at all three phases of the game, man. It was the first time me seeing a complete game with Colorado this year. So when I look at it, there's some key factors in the game that I think that changed the game. But before we do that, hey, I just want to give a shout out to the coaching staff, how they got their team prepared, and also the players coming out there performing, giving they all. Man, that was a excellent win for them. We 2-0 in the Big 12 conference. So when you look at the overall, without talking about the players of the game, what did y'all see and appreciate about the game? Starting with you, Coach Drake.
What I appreciated is that we didn't make it more than what it was. It was a big game because it was the next game. We didn't get caught up in the Florida and Coach Prime and the boys coming back to Florida, and we stayed focused. You could tell those guys were focused. I could tell that they were focused. Looking at when Rob was doing his live, and just looking at the way they was walking, you can kind of semi tell when guys are locked in, and I could tell we were locked in. I'm so proud of these coaches for blocking the noise out. Uh, and doing a heck of a job of coaching football. That's what you see from this team right now. You see them being coached up, and you see kids taking the coaching, and you know that these young men are coachable. So I'm proud of what these guys went out. Like you say, this is the first time we put together two halves of football on all three phases. So you got to be pleased with what you saw from the Colorado Buffaloes yesterday.
When you look at when they walked into that stadium, you could just tell it was a different level of focus. Them leaving the state of Colorado early to get to the state of Florida, it meant a lot, right? They can lock in. They didn't have to be around distractions. They didn't have to have people hyping them up or anything like that. It was just about the people that was in that room and setting the tone, setting the message, and come out. As you know, a lot of people didn't make the trip, so we had some injuries for players that didn't make the trip. So it was even more extra focus, for the players, for the people that didn't make the trip. Of we got to come in, handle business, set the tone, let the world know who we are, keep showing them, put it on notice, and move forward. So what the guys, the fellas did, the coaching staff, the recruiting staff, the team that they put together, it don't go unnoticed.
We finally saw that they finally showed up to their Super Bowl, because everybody else's Super Bowl. It's like now you saw when they come into the match and they say, hey, now we're coming in and every game we have is a Super Bowl and we're showing up for this Super Bowl. We're going to match your intensity with the intensity that you're going to bring to the game. And Coach Prime told everybody what was going to happen. If you listen to him, he told it. And his quote is this: the first two series is going to let them know what's going to happen in this game. That's what he said. His whole speech, he said offensive line, defensive line. Your first two series of what you do and how you show them is what's going to take us through this game. And it did. So it was awesome. It was awesome. A beautiful game. I had people running. They wouldn't call me. People wouldn't even call me. They said, I don't even want to talk to you, Woodland, because I know what's going to happen. I said, you know what's going to happen. A team is finally being formed. They realize that every game they have, it is a Super Bowl. Y'all need to realize everywhere they're the greatest show on earth. If you really look about it, it reminds you of Kurt Warner there. When Kurt Warner there played, the greatest show on turf. And that's what these boys are. When they come to an arena, it's a show. You might as well think they're the Dallas Cowboys, because when they come there, it's a show. So I'll leave it as that, BWatts.
Hey, Mr. Steve. We went in there. We turned UCF into Folsom Field, man. It was more Colorado fans in that thing than it was UCF fans in that thing. So don't let them tell you nothing different, because it was way more. But hey, back to why people didn't call you, because they know what they said, and they know. Hey, we looking for some people now. Some people got some answers they need to come back for. They've been running their mouth, but we gonna leave that alone.
Yeah, you're right, G. I'm gonna get it. Okay, but hey, let's look at the team wise now. Let's start with our quarterback, Shador Sanders. When y'all looked at the game, how did he perform to y'all? Come on, Coach Dre.
I mean, except for that first series, he did what Shador does. The first series, I think we was a little anxious. I think we should have came out and ran the ball, but I never questioned what Pat is doing, because I think he's trying to see something, and I know Shador has the option to audible out of plays. But besides that first series, Shador Sanders did what Shador Sanders do every week. He was quick thinking. He used his legs a lot more. I saw him step up in the pocket instead of going outside. He stepped up and then went outside, like we said, and that also makes the offensive line look better. But the offensive line kept him upright, and if you keep Shador Sanders upright, there's no one better in college football. So he did what we expected him to do. And like I said, you don't have to put up 500 yards every week. Long as he putting up consistent numbers, getting touchdowns. Like I said, we had one bad drive. I think that first drive where he threw the interception. But besides that, Shador Sanders was what we expect him to be every week, a leader, a general of this football team.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at all night from Shador Sanders, we only had two bad drives. It was the first drive, and it was the drive where we got all them penalties. So we really only had two bad drives all night. Other than that, it was just a level of focus from Shador Sanders. The first, I promise you, like that, because I didn't been to every game, it's semi like you can already expect how this first drive gonna go. Like, first play is gonna be a something quick to get the ball out of his hands, and so it's kind of, all right, do we run the ball first play, second play, third play? It's kind of like, you've been seeing the patterns each game. It's just a fill out. Like that first series, all the fill out. That stuff that they script in there. Shador Sanders overall, man, he did what he was supposed to do, as advertised. He sat in the pocket. He trusted his offensive line and delivered. Now there are some plays where he could have easily checked the ball down. We get 10, 15 yards, but as we keep going on, the more and more we see complimentary football, the better this team gets. And that's the only thing that you really you take out of this game is complimentary football that Shador Sanders is using in his pass and the run game.
Good point.
Two handled his business. Two went in there and showed y'all what a professional does. A professional comes in there and they get surgical on people. You know, he went in there, he was very tactical when he made his decisions on what he wanted to do. He also ensured that he got everybody involved. If you looked at it, he was spreading that ball around. Two was spreading that ball around. You know, everybody else called him should do it, but I call him two. And it's two for a reason, because when that ball get in two hands, something getting ready to happen. And it happened. So it was a very good game. And I also tell people this one here. If you have 56 plays and only 2 of them are bad, you still got an A+ because you did an outstanding job. So people need to look at the big scheme of things sometimes, because you'll have people, oh man, bro, he had 56. If he had 56 plays and only 2, what are we talking about? I watched that Georgia game, and that great Georgia quarterback, that Heisman Trophy winner that they talking about, he didn't look too Heisman to me. He didn't look too Heisman to me. Looked like he didn't belong on that platform. So it's a big difference when your offensive line blocks for you and you get 7-8 seconds. But when you're running for your life and you got 300-some pound men running out of your 6'5", is a big difference. So Two has shown people he owns this platform when it comes to that quarterback, and they better put some respect on his name because he's doing it.
Hey, I'm gonna take it a step further. There was so many distractions when people was trying to throw Shedeur Sanders off in pregame, and he wasn't going for it. I promise you. It was people trying to walk up. It was people trying to do extracurricular stuff. Everything that you can imagine people were trying to do to get him off his game, he wasn't going for it. He was laser focused.
All right. I think good take on the quarterback. He did good to me. Probably one of the best all around games that I've seen. He didn't check out of the running plays, and that was a good thing I like to see. But I like to see him still run the ball more. But hey, Coach Drake, when we look at the offensive coordinator, Pat Sherman, I think this was the best. I think the best game he ever called since he been with Colorado this year to me. Go ahead,
Hey,
Rob. Come on.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
no doubt.
try it again, Dre. All right, he gonna come back. So when you look at Pat Shermer, he's just getting better and better each week. He's learning to how to utilize weapons in different places. If you really paid attention to this game, Travis started out on the right side of Shedeur. And then after that first or second series, he moved him to the left side of this left side. And when he moved him to the left side and he put Will Shepherd on the right side, it was just a different ballgame. The offense just started clicking. And then you start to see, he implemented the run in the situation. And when he implemented the run in the situation, now they start to open up a lot of play action opportunities down the field, because they knew that UCF couldn't guard them at the cornerback position, the safety position. We knew that. We knew we had mismatches at the linebacker. I mean, with their linebackers. We just had to open it up, and we couldn't be one-dimensional. So what Pat Shermer is doing with his offense is showing you, like, if we just run the ball, it opens up so many opportunities, because you got to play man-to-man now. You can't, because either you're going to allow us to pop 10, 12 yards off, or you're going to give us an option for something else even better. And so that's the evolution of what you're starting to see this offense. It's just people just was not being patient. And as you see, you're starting to see a new wrinkle every single week, right? He didn't come and show the two running back formation, 12 personnel. He didn't show that this week. But what he did do is he did move the wide receivers around, where you see Jimmy Horn on one side, and you might see him on the other side. You see, he moved Travis, he moved Will, he moved them all throughout the game. And one of the things I did love is when we did run the ball, you see motion. He utilized the tight end Smalls for a lot of motion when he was going to run the ball. So, Kent State's going to try to pick up that. Like, hey, they running the ball if he comes in motion. But one of them times, there's going to be a fake, and you're going to see Savell Smalls running right up the seam for a touchdown. So it's coming. But overall, what you see Pat Shermer do is just elevate this offense, and it's just taking time, right? It's just chemistry building, trying to get everybody healthy. And the good thing is we're going into a bye, and we finna get some players back. So this offense should be even better than what it is now.
Well, I have to credit Pat Schumer on this one here. When you have the weapons that CU have, you got an issue. And your issue is all those guys went there with the expectation of getting the ball. So to keep those guys, I'm going to go on this aspect, to keep those guys still involved when sometimes they don't get the ball, that tells you a lot about the offensive coordinator and also the receivers coach. It tells you a whole lot because we all know some receivers can be divas. And if they don't get the ball, it causes an issue on your team. But if you look at Schumer, the way he's doing it, he got them believing that, hey, trust the process, understand you will get your numbers and the team will be successful if we do it this way. And and I think in that aspect, he's doing an outstanding job. He also, with this one here, you got running backs back there, and them running backs looking, and the running backs know, and the offensive line also know that they ready. That telling that they can't run, the people out here in podcast land, you can quit with the we can't run. We're not hearing it. You can stop it. The Colorado Buffaloes can run a football. Them boys can run a football. It's just up to stick to the commitment of running that football and being patient. Rob, you hit it on the head. Be impatient. You have to be patient. It takes time to bake a cake. You just can't bake a cake, throw it in there. It takes time. So that's what I said about Schumer. He's doing his thing.
Yeah, Sherman did a good job on the offensive side of the ball, and we got to give a lot of credit to Phil Loho on the offensive side too, Coach Stray. Phil Loho got that line right. I don't know what they're gonna do when the rest of them come back, but I'm telling you, this the best I ever seen this offensive line perform on Saturday.
I mean, we told people when Phil Lohos got hired that he was a heck of a ball coach. And people told us, oh, man, y'all went and got a guy. He ain't never he ain't never been a real coach. He just been an assistant. We heard all them lies. Well, what you got to say now? What you got to say now? That's what real coaching is. We got some guys injured, but what you can tell is that them kids, I told y'all, we need anywhere from 10 to 13 guys to be ready. And what you seeing is that man those guys are getting coached up during the week. I'm so proud of 55 and 54 the way they played this week. And like you say, I don't know what we're gonna do, but it's a good problem to have when Vincent and them boys get healthy. It's a good problem to have. I'd rather have more offensive linemen ready to work and hungry than offensive linemen scared and not ready to go in there. But you got to give Coach Lohos a hand prop, and he's coaching. He's coaching with a purpose. He knows what it is, and he gives it to them kids honestly. And I mean, he told y'all, nobody, when we first started, he said, nobody in this room has a starting job. We going week to week. I'm going to evaluate you. I'm going to see what you can do. And if you're not getting the job done, hey, I got to do something else. And that's something that you got to applaud him for. But you got to give Coach Lowe's a hand clap, and we need to make sure he get a raise next year immediately.
Rob, where you at, Rob? You there?
Oh no, so I'll talk about so my bad. When you look at Phil Longhouse, one of the things, the areas that I constantly see every week is that the ability to adapt to whatever's going on in the game, right? The ability to talk to the offensive coordinator and give a suggestion like, hey, this is what I'm seeing from the film. Hey, let's do this. And let's try it. Like some of them holes and things that was being opened up is because he just simply having a conversation with, hey, if you don't do nothing else, just bring Smalls, because Seaton's already clearing out a hole. Rocky's doing what he's supposed to do, and then you got Smalls just coming in, just smashing people on the ends, letting Seaton get up to a linebacker and open up them holes up the middle. This is just sound football, right? Complimentary sound football that we're allowing our team to play, which is going to just make us better and better and better each week. So, I love everything that Phil Lohos, but I've been telling people he been coaching, and everybody trying to tell me he ain't coaching. I'm like, man, I'm at the games watching this man do his job, watching him with a tablet, watching him communicate, right? And so now you're starting to see, like you see on for some of the people that did watch Willow, you see Prime over there talking, keep dapping up the offensive line. You see people keep coming over there, and Prime didn't have nothing to say, right? Last week, Prime was on him. This week, Prime ain't had nothing to say, but great job. I don't need to say nothing, right? Because Phil's in here working, doing his job. Hey, you can't do nothing but be happy about it, because what is you really going to complain?
Oh, Phil. Phil is handling his business. What I like about Phil is this here. If you're not performing, it's time to sit down. And that's what Phil does. Phil sit them down. You know, all that talking of, I'm going to bench you if you don't do it. That ain't Phil. Phil look at them in their face. Okay, you don't want to do this here? Come on over here and sit beside me and put the next person in who's ready and want to go out there and perform. What you do have to like is this one here. The development of the people in the second and third teams. That's what I like. You'll have your first team, but a true team that's going to win big games, even when you look at Georgia and Alabama, they're playing their second and third group because Georgia had, 3 linemen go down? So you have to have people ready and prepared to step up. And something I got to respect, Houston and Hardeman, those boys came in there, just like you said, Coach. Them young men came in there, and it wasn't no talking. It was physicality. They came in there with, I'm talking about, I'm going to hit you in your mouth. And honestly, Lodo got an issue. Who you going to keep in the game? How can you see a performance like that and turn around and be like, we going to sit y'all down? Whoo, that's a tough decision.
But it just goes back to Prime saying, when I give you the opportunity, it's on you. Don't say we didn't give you opportunity.
That's a good point. That's a good point. This what you talked about Harden. Man, he looked good, Coach Dre, to be a person that's one star. It's like he just read it, man. He dominated. He dominated. He made the difference.
Man, but this, but this, but this the thing. You going against arguably one of the best defensive. When you not on the one offensive line, that means you on the two offensive line. You going against the one. See, and that's what I keep hearing people say. Oh, we need to go ones against ones. No, we don't need to go ones against ones because this makes our twos better, and it showed that this makes our twos better. Because when we needed our twos to come in and be our ones, they had been playing against ones the whole time. So I've been going against Block Bully. I've been going against Barnes. I've been going against McNeil and Coates, BJ Green, and all them guys. That's who they've been blocking in practice because them the guys they go against. So hey man, I blocked the block bullet. So why should I be scared of you guys from UCF? Why should I be? So that's what you have to understand when y'all trying to get to what Coach Prime, his methods. Now y'all get to see why he wants it like that. Why is Cotton Hood so good? Because Cotton Hood is playing on the second team guarding Travis Hunter. Okay? So for all you people that wonder, so stop acting like the man don't know what he's doing. Again, Coach Dre done told y'all no more. I'm a nobody though. Remember, I seen this show before. This whole book done been written before. He has a plan. He working his plan, and now you seeing it unfold in front of your eyes. I saw a comment say he built it from the mud. That's what we do in Florida. That's all we know how to do. It rained down here. It's muddy water. All we know how to do is go get it out the mud. He know what he's doing. So just trust what he's doing. And the biggest thing is he got guys that care. You see the care, and you got players that's bought into what he got going on. You didn't just see the offensive guys going by and giving the offensive lineman high fives. You seen the defensive coaches coming over there, patting them on the back, and everybody supporting everybody. And when you have that, that's something you can't buy at the store. That's something you can't teach. That unity, them boys had to be in Florida. Them people had to be in Florida a little extra. That was the first key thing for Prime this week. Was he got in front of that storm. He got his kids out of there. He got them down here to Florida and got them away from all the distractions. Hey, but Prime can't coach though. He don't know what he's doing. Carry on.
Hey, shout out for Pat Shermer. Shout out to the whole coach staff, getting the second unit guys in, getting them some reps. That was huge this game.
Kudos all around. Not only that, what you saw even on the defensive side, when that second unit came in there, they were thumping heads on that side. So you're looking at a team now. They're bought in, and the reason they're bought in is because Coach Prime actions have shown people get so involved, people get so tuned out to the bling and not the message. He will tell you things that bring life into you. The only thing you worried about, you saw his gold whistle. That gold whistle is for something else. That gold whistle is for something else. It's the message. And when you finally hear the message and you realize this man is sowing into me, I'm going to tell y'all something. When I tell you a person like Coach Prime, I have to pay $10,000, $18,000, $20,000 to go to conferences to listen to people like that. Hear what I'm saying? I have to pay $10,000 to $20,000 to go to conferences to listen to people who are going to speak life into you. These people getting it for $0.99. And when you're getting something like that, you need to realize this is priceless, and you better take advantage of it.
Mr. Woodland, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna move on. The biggest key to all this, and why the second units are really, really hungry, because redshirt week is over now. So you gotta play now. It ain't no hey, it's all on you now. So that's a big key factor for why the second unit is they super hungry. They coming because they know, hey, my number gonna get called now.
Coach Ray, when we look at the running game, the running back room, and the coaches, they got them right. They calling their numbers. Everybody say we couldn't run. Everybody say Prime ain't gonna run. But every game, you see that them totals keep coming and coming. So what you think of the running game that this past Saturday and the coaching staff, the running back coach?
You talking about the guy that Coach Lee that they said couldn't coach running backs and didn't know how to coach running backs? That group? Oh, okay. But hey man, what you expect? You got a true freshman that's tote the mail. You got Dallin who's getting back healthy, and we got him in the end zone. But Augusta is the guy that's really impressive. He's very impressive. And so you got to be pleased with what he's doing, and then you got to be pleased with the way Coach Flea is moving them guys in and out. He's giving everybody an opportunity to show their skills. And so what you're seeing, guys, and everybody out there, is Michael did a good thing. So when I get my few touches, I got to make sure I make him count. Because if I go out there and I don't make my little few touches count, I'm not getting no more touches. So I better make every one of my touches count. And that's when we say iron sharpening iron, that's what we talking about, y'all. It's not the competition is, on his first carry, he went for 10 yards. On my first carry, I need to go for 12 to 15. Michael done scored a touchdown. Hey, I need to have an explosive run or get in the end zone. So everybody's hungry, and what you see is, go back and watch the well-off video. After Dallin Hayden scores and they go sit down on the bench, Michael say, hey, man, sit down right here by me, bro. Hey, they're with each other. Nobody's trying to fight with each other. I want you to do good because you pushing me. And like I say, you can't buy that at a store, man. What you seeing from these young men, you can't buy that at a store. So for all y'all people that said Coach Flea couldn't coach and all that other stuff, check that off your box too.
Oh man, when you look at our three running back rotation, it's set up perfect. Because it just shows you we gonna keep pounding you and pounding you and pounding you. Isaiah, he the one that's in the greatest position. Reason why is you keep getting hit with hammer and a hammer and a hammer, and then you come and you hit him with the lightning. Hey, he gonna break one. So he in the best position. I don't want to start. Y'all boys go ahead and wear it down. I'm gonna clap on the sideline because when I get in, it's 1-2 and I'm going up this hole. 1, 2, and I'm up the hole. And that's what you seen on Saturday is, hey, you let Dallin punch him, you let Micah keep punching, and then you let Isaiah come in and just clean up the work. So, when you see this running back room, all they're doing is getting stronger. They're getting healthier and they're getting stronger as the game go on. And all we gotta do is just keep relying on this offensive line and running behind the offensive line. And what you're starting to see is trust in the running backs, right? Because they're not putting the ball on the ground, but they are doing enough things to open up the passing game for you. So those are the things that excite you even more, because the complementary football, what we keep talking about, complementary, is when we can run the ball, it's going to be hard to stop this offense, because now you got 4 wide receivers that you got to deal with, and it's going to be hell to pay.
What you also have, what Rob hit on, is this here. You got men that are prepared, and those men are prepared because each and every day you are in the competition to get on that field. It ain't like those ones where you got, he the one, and every week, regardless if he practice hard or not practice hard, he gonna be on that field. It don't work that way in this running back room. You could have a 200-yard game and turn around and don't do what you're supposed to in practice and hit them books. You won't even get on the field, and that's the way it should be. You have people on this team, and not just in the running back room, the receiver room, and I can't wait to get on the edges. The edges room, you don't show up or you get hurt, you might not see your spot again, because once you get out there and that person sees that your job is to make sure that person never get on that field again. And that's what them young men are doing. They love each other, but they understand this is a competition. We can love each other, but when I'm out there, my job is to make sure you ain't getting on this field. And that's what they're doing. And they need to continue to do a great job and support each other.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. The how much respect the wide receivers got for this running back room, the wide receivers telling them, hey, coach, run the ball. Run the ball, coach. Hey, run the ball, coach. When you see them, run the ball, coach.
Right.
Keep pounding them.
Right. You're right about that, Rod. Yeah. I see it all the time even on TV they showing. Especially Trav. Trav said, come on, go back in. What you doing? Go back again. But that's an encouraging thing to see. Coach Ray, let's switch to this defensive side. There's money on the motherfucking floor. Defensive coordinator. Robert Levis said, hey, that's money on the floor. The job this dude is doing in his first year, who the naysayers before the season started saying, man, y'all got a defensive coordinator. He ain't never called no play before. Man, y'all ain't gonna do nothing, man. What Prime doing? When you look at the job that Robert Livingston is doing on the defensive side of the ball, tell me your opinion of it.
I'm gonna keep saying this. If we ain't talking about Robert Livingston being one of the best defensive coordinators in the country, what we talking about? What we talking about? He proved it every week. Every week he done got better. Every week he done did something that you didn't expect. And then Silman Craig got right on TV and told y'all exactly what we've been telling y'all for weeks. Hey, he didn't come in here with no playbook. He had no playbook. He had nothing written down. He said, hey, hey, what y'all guys like to do? We're going to do what y'all do best. We're going to do it fast. We're going to get there quick. We're going to be physical. And we're going to do what y'all do best.
Thanks.
When them people said, Cam, what's the key to being so? Hey, Coach, I got to give it up to Coach Livingston. Coach Livingston. But we gotta name nobody calling defense that y'all didn't hear about. But he had all the characteristics that Prime talk about on his wall. He has the faith of guys that Coach Prime trusts and love like that. And so he knew that this guy wasn't going to give anything less than his best. And this is the key point to everything, is that when you get a man, you don't find many men who get defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator jobs who don't want somebody who they know in their corner for them to hire. Hey, coach, you got to hire him just so I can feel comfortable. Robert Livingston wanted none of that. Oh, that's who you got on your coaching staff? I can rock with that. I can roll with that. Oh, you got Warren Sapp for gold jacket. You got Damian Lewis, who done played in the NFL. Well, I can rock with that. You got a dude you've been with for 20 years that they said can't coach linebackers. Oh, well, I'm going to just make sure that they can see that he can coach linebackers. I can work with that. You got a DB coach back there that done coached 10 years that played 10 years in the NFL and coach Travis Hunter and all them other guys at Jackson State that y'all say can't coach. Oh, I can work with that.
But you cooking,
Hey,
boy. Good
but
coach.
that's what it's all about. But like I told y'all, man, work don't care about. Work don't care about who get it done. They just get it done, and these guys are proven. And that's what I tried to tell people last year. Hart and Mathis, they proven. Hey, y'all remember Dennis Thurman when he was at Jackson State? He had the best defense in the country. And you know who was on that coaching staff? Hart and Mathis. But you know. We'll know, man. But like I say, if you ain't talking about that kid, that man being one of the best defensive coordinators in the country, I don't know what to tell you. And in a couple weeks, you're gonna have me right here saying he's the best defensive coordinator in the country. Cause I'm looking at everybody, and I just don't see nobody doing what Livingston doing. I think he gave up 7 points. He done gave up 7 points each quarter. Who doing that? So we'll see.
Hey, Robert Livingston keeps saying money on the floor because he's speaking for everybody on the defensive side because everybody about to get a raise. It ain't going to be just him. It's going to be the players. They finna get a raise because they finna go to the NFL, and the whole position coach about to get a raise. So when he talk about that money on the floor, he talking about for everybody.
Hey, Rob, when you said that, you see Coach Prime in the background.
Yeah. Money on the floor for everybody. Hey, the more this defense keeps playing and playing faster, each week this defense is playing faster and faster and faster. And you wonder why. He ain't doing nothing complicated. He simply say, play to your strength and we going to work around it. Do what you do best and we going to figure everything else out from here. If you listen to every DB say, hey, man, I love playing in his system. Why? Because you got these simple rules to follow. You follow these simple rules. You follow these simple keys. You going to play. And the last thing you got to do is just watch film. I'm going to give you this each week, and I'm going to do this. We might change the terminology of what we call something on a week-to-week basis, but outside of that, hey, we here to head hunt and get this money because there's too much money laying on the ground. And what's the biggest thing everybody want to keep talking about NIL money and this, that? Okay, cool. We got money on the flow from NIL deals. So y'all want to keep getting, let's go get some more. And as each week you keep saying, more and more cover our players with NIL deals because we still have money on the floor during the game. I listen. This defense still have money on the floor. They still have money on the floor. So you think they're not hungry to go into K-State, knowing that's another challenge, knowing that Dylan Edwards coming and they got all this big running game and this. Okay, cool. We feel get the money on the floor that game too. But as you see overall, what Robert Livingston is doing is when you talk about culture. Robert Livingston is creating a culture on defense. And I promise you, a lot of these defensive players that was at that game that left that sideline from UCF, that came onto the Colorado side, they'll be about it soon because of the culture that he's building. Money on the floor, baby.
If you watch CU last game and you go back in the 90s and you watch the Miami Hurricanes on how they handled their business on the thing, I ain't saying that they have the level of the Hurricanes back then. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying, if you look and see the physicality and them running to the ball, they are very similar. And I can see that in them. Them guys are popping. I hear pads hitting, you hear that, you're like, woo. People get in ice tubs after they playing CU because it's hitting going on. So I have to give Livingston his props because of the fact that you got young men doing what they love to do, attack. They're not in that, let me sit back. You got DBs attacking. You got DBs doing things in which, if you look at it, they're making money because now I'm perfecting my skill. They got it easy. They're gonna have it easy in the NFL because NFL they're gonna put them in them zones. Them boys gonna be like, man, I'm bored. I'm bored of these zones, but they're gonna make that money because they were able to. If I can handle you man to man, and my technique is at such a level in which I'm not getting crossed up there, Oh, a zone is nothing. That's what he's building with this team. And now what he's also had is this one here. Rob, you hit on what makes me happy. Over 300 recruits at that game. Over 300. What they say on 3. Over 300 recruits at that game. If you got that many recruits at that game and they saw that performance, you think them young men ain't saying, mama, there go that man again. He say his money on the floor, and you told me we don't never leave money on the floor. So let's go pick up that money, mama, and head on up to see you because they said nice up there, and we need to go see.
Hey, I'm telling you, the recruits were leaving left and right. They was head over. I'm trying to get an autograph. I'm trying to shake some hands. What Corey Phillips had? What Coach Reed said? Well, I need to talk to somebody. Hey, what's going on? I'm like, that's all you heard. That's all you see was people just flopping, just name badges on and just flopping over there, like trying to figure out who they can talk to get on board. Money on the
floor. We don't give the props to the coaching side of the defense. That Coach Lewis, Bap, and Danzy. They doing their thing. They doing a real good job. Now let's talk about the players. And what's the other coach that came in late? The white guy?
Hilo.
Yeah, we gotta give him his shout out.
Linebacker coach.
Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure we mention their name when we're doing the broadcast. You never know, they might come and see. Drop by and hear the broadcast. We don't ever mention their name. We got to give them their props too. All right, guys, let's talk about the players. Let me tell y'all something. Big Barnes got free, Coach Drake. Yeah. My boy, they let that big dude loose. Even though he made a mistake, they left him out there with the block bullet. Tell me another better combination in the Big 12 other than them two right there. Then we're going to switch to the end. Y'all talk about the defensive line, the Tigers, Colts, and who else played on that line? Barnes, Colts,
95.
McNeil, and Bruton. Y'all talk to me about them players. Let's give them some love, bro.
I need Barnes to stop jumping off sides. That's the first
yeah, he gonna do that once again, y'all.
I need my dog to stop jumping off sides. But besides that, yeah, it's hard. It's hard when you got a kid who, if he probably was at the University of Alabama, he'd be in the rotation of not starting. Block bully is what he is. He's Prime told you he's the leader. He's the leader of this bunch. They when he's out there, I'm pretty sure Barnes feel a little better because now they don't know who to double team. So is the center gonna help back? Is he gonna help on the one technique, or is he gonna try to get up to try to help to get the Barnes? And then when you get McNeil in there, you got somebody with some speed. He quick with his hands, and then Coates is consistent. He consistently his motor keep going. He calls and fumbles. Another calls fumble this week. He's just consistent. So when people say, "Why y'all got Coates out there, man?" We don't want to hear that no more, neither. That's why he got the L on his chest because he's consistent, and that's what Coach Prime want to see. But when you got Block Bully and Barnes in there, and Block Bully, I mean, he's slamming people on the ground. I mean,
I like to throw his back out, boy. Boom.
Yeah, he thought. Hey, listen,
he thought he had a penalty.
Yeah, he did. You see Warren Sapp say, "That's not on you. That's not on you. It's a hole."
Yeah.
He was like, "What I did? I just tackled the man." But they haven't. But this is the thing. They having fun. They having fun. That's the key thing. They're having fun. They out there having fun. They jumping around. They believe in one another. And what they know is when you got Hill Green in there and Bentley. And now with what we saw from Webster, they feel confident with what they got in them linebackers. They feel confident that, hey, we can do our job because these linebackers gonna clean it up. They're gonna scrape. They're gonna fill the gap. So that makes it easier for a defensive line. Like I've been saying, the defensive line help the linebackers with you get what I'm saying? The linebackers help the defensive line feel good. So it was great to see Barnes do. Like I said, I know BWatts happy his boy out there doing his thing. Then he jumped off side. I said I should call BWatts and tell him.
I saw it. I said, no, but they didn't take him out though, Coach Drake. They didn't take him out.
No, they took him out right there. They took him out that play. They put him back, but they took him out that play when he.
Oh, they did.
They took him out, put the throws in.
Oh, I got to send that message out. I can't wait till we get out. I say, well, don't take him out no more. Let him stay in there now.
I'll say this:
Go ahead, Rob.
the person that is not being talked about that's coming on is Ray Bill. A lot of people ain't noticing, but 47 is starting to pick it up, and if he starts to pick it up, and you take out when you do take out Barnes and you do take out Block Bully and Ray's going, boy, he coming with power and speed. It ain't no reason we have 13 TFLs. We was in the backfield all night. And we started wearing down KJ. KJ got to the point where he didn't even want to run the ball. He kept telling coach, hey, stop calling run plays for me. Stop. Because I ain't trying to run the ball.
Oh, I'm going to get there. So when we switch over to this linebacker.
Hey, he got to the point where he's like, hey, coach, stop calling these plays. Hey, listen, Harvey, he was checking this stuff out the game. Hey man, bring somebody else in. Because he couldn't go nowhere. I'm talking about we was causing havoc up the middle where these players where they normally get up to the linebacker, they can't even get. They ain't even sniffing our linebackers because they just shooting a hole. Our linebackers was just shooting gaps all night, and that's all we said. It's hard to block Bully and Bowens at the same time. They taking up 3 people.
You got to have a quarterback and throw that ball on us. You ain't gonna run that ball on us now. Ain't no running back finna get off for no 150 yards on us. Yes, ain't.
But I'm just saying, the person that you need to watch out on that's coming on really strong is Ray Bill. 47. He's starting to pick, his motor's starting to pick up. He started getting in that football shape, and I don't think a lot of people are paying attention to him. But on third downs, he was causing some havoc.
I look at it this way. People, it ain't just one person. It's a collective. McNeil getting in the backfield. You ain't coach doing his Mr. Consistency is what coach should be called. Coach is Mr. Consistency. He's at every game. He's gonna stay healthy. He's gonna see him ready. He's gonna do what he's supposed to do. So I'm ashamed, coach, 100%. I'm behind him 3,000% because he is the constant professional. So those guys that you have in that locker room to mentor, coach is gonna help the team out by this. The way he mentors and shows professionalism for the younger players. That's what you want them to see, the stars behind him. You want them to see this is what you have to do to represent the Colorado Buffaloes and to lead your group of guys when it's your turn. So you got that. That's winning 101. When you're mentoring and developing the ones behind you to take your spot when you're gone. The next thing you got is this one here. You got a fresh. When I say fresh, let's say it again, fresh. You don't have it where CU is just dependent on 2 players. I go through the SEC, man, once they get past that superstar, you're like, okay, the person's a talented person behind them, but they ain't doing nothing special. At CU, what you got is this one here. You got fresh people, and they're fresh because they're going in, rotating, getting 3 downs, coming out. 3 downs, coming out. You're not beating up your team. They're not getting beat up the whole game, and what this is what Coach Ryan don't get props for. He's not killing his team at practice. Nick Saban, the old days, man, they kill them boys. They would kill them dudes. They in there clacking all day. Coach Ryan does it like the LA Rams. We're gonna be professionals. We're not gonna kill you. We want your bodies ready for the game. And if you look at it, it works. Their team is healthy. You don't see all those injuries and all those fluke type stuff with CU. But for that front line, look how disciplined. This is the key that people don't look at also, the intelligence. If you watch that game, Block Bully was telling the person beside him on every down, get your butt right here. You need to be right here, telling them the technique and everything of what they supposed to be doing with the lineman and assignment. Watch the game. Watch the Block Bully point at him. He made one time, he said, get your butt from right there and get right here. And it works every time. They're talking. And the more team talks and listen, the better they're going to play. Outstanding job.
Coach Ray. But them defensive ends, BJ Green, Sam Oglala, boy, they were tearing R.J. Jefferson up. You hear me? Boy, and you can't forget about Ty.J. McCoy. He also had a good game. Them defensive ends, man, I
Don't forget
thought
about Art
when
Walker.
they when,
Don't forget
when
about
they
Art
didn't say
Walker.
Hayden wasn't coming when what's called text me that, I said, oh man, we ain't gonna have Hayden. I said, who gonna fill in him? But Wade Sam came on, bruh. They put that pressure on that quarterback, man.
Hey, you forget about Art Walker now.
Yeah,
If you
all the one.
please.
Yeah, no, I ain't forgot about it. It just slipped my mind. Yeah, he did good too, man. All four of them guys, they put that
Man,
pressure. They got up the field. Go ahead, Coach Ray.
man, they said it on Fox. It might not show up in the box score, but what them young men did, setting the edge, making sure you got to go back inside where the linebackers and them tackles at, and making sure that if you get your butt out here, hey, these and they also what they said was that the tackles that UCF had, they're run blockers. They're not pass blockers, and you saw it up close and personal that when that tackle had to get back in that kick stand, he didn't want no parts of that. He wanted no parts of having the pass block. Them guys want to go forward. So when you make guys uncomfortable, that's what you get. But BJ Green been turning it on every week. Every week he been getting better and better and better and better. So he's showing you why we went and got him. And I heard when he got here, oh, he ain't gonna be good. Y'all went and got a nobody, and he just is. Y'all just again, man. All y'all doing is adding fuel to the fire. The kid is about business, and then when you, like I say, I just look at his family, and I see what when I see his family, I see what kind of how he been raised, and the way he take care of his brother and his sister and stuff. That kid got something to play for. He got a purpose. I done told y'all. I didn't come up with. Hey man, I didn't come up with that out of nowhere. When them kids got purpose, they can stand on business. Cause what's
Hey,
business without
his
purpose?
mom and dad support him too.
Listen, that's what I'm saying. But they support him because they know that boy playing for a purpose. He playing for a purpose. And when you playing for a purpose, like he playing for, and when you get up close and personal and get to see it, you see what this kid playing for and why he goes so hard and why he's the kind of great young man he is. And you can't do nothing but root for him. Hey, the Okalaka, he just stood in for his brother. Them boys came from Pitt. Hey, I got your back, bro. You just go get healthy. Get healthy. I got your back this week. Then you put in Tajay McCoy. You put in Walker, who been waiting to get his chance to shine. And that again, Rob said it at the beginning. All you can ask for is a chance, is an opportunity. So for all you haters out there that say, "Oh, well, Coach Prime just play daddy ball and he play his friends' sons," and listen, he done gave everybody the opportunity, and now what you see is these kids taking advantage of their opportunity, and you can't do nothing but be pleased with what you. Hey, Coach Dancy, when people said that that guy's gonna be a defensive coordinator, that guy's gonna be a defensive coordinator. So I don't want to hear about the HBCUs ain't got coaches. I don't want to hear about the HBCUs ain't got coaches. You see what Dancy doing with them defensive ends. You got to clap your hands for that man. Those guys are eating outside. I'm so proud for him and him getting a chance to show that he can coach with the best of them. You hear me? He can coach with the best of them.
First, shout out to Miss Green, BJ's mom, BJ's dad. So if you didn't watch the live pregame, that's pretty much who I was around. So I kind of already knew what to expect from BJ that game. I already kind of knew what was up. So BJ delivered what he said he was going to do. I'm just telling you this. I know exactly what was said for pregame. He delivered on everything that he said he was going to do that game. When you look at Arden Walker played some of the best football he's played, being a Colorado Buff, and he's getting better and better. He's put on some weight. He's got stronger. He's ready to set the edge. When you look at Sam is just on a different mission right now. He's just going to go prove that when all the stuff that y'all was talking about, him coming to Pittsburgh and he's living up to everything that needs to be good. Do I even need to get in Taj? Do I even need to talk about this man? The man he's been here for 2 years now, right? He came as a true freshman. This is a product of which I said they can't develop. So when you start talking about development, he's one of them kids that came in here. This is the second year in the program. What are you seeing? You seeing them starting to develop them pass rushing skills, to develop them opportunities to prosper when he's on the field. So when you start talking about development, there's one of them kids that's been in the program from a freshman, and you're starting to see it's coming on. And as each game goes on, you're starting to see the process of these defensive end, these defensive line coming together. And the biggest thing that I want people to realize, this defensive line cares about the defensive line. They all rooting each other on. When they come to the sideline, it's all a bunch of high fiving, helping each other, explaining what they could have did better, watching film together, and showing them, hey, listen, we just need you to do your job, because everything that the coach is telling you is right there. Just seize the moment, and that's all you see is a bunch of high fiving and talking them through it. You see it on the field. They talking, they communicate. And so, what else do you want out of your defensive line? To communicate and get to the quarterback and just cause havoc up front. And that's what they doing. Straight causing havoc. And Sapp just over there just dancing on the sideline having fun. Just dancing. Because every time you turn on, you see Sapp on the sideline, he dancing because he know what his defensive line about to do. He know what they're about to do.
What I see is this one here. I looked at last year. I saw a number that said they were 122 or 123 in defense, and you ain't got number 130 some teams. And if you're looking at that, that's pretty much last. If you're looking at it, this year they're up in the 50s. Now you tell me if that ain't that's like a 75 point swing right there. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a group of young men winning at their line of scrimmage. And that's what I like about Coach Dancy. Every time I see Coach Dancy, he say, not only are you going to pin them, I want you to hold them up. And once you hold them up, you throw them, and then you make the play. And I saw that continuous in the game. They were holding them doggone tackles up on that edge and moving them like they were rag dolls. And the running, I saw on so many that before Harvey got the ball, the edge was looking at him like that, getting ready to hit him. And then Sammy O said, no, you ain't got the ball. Let me hit the quarterback right quick, and nailed the quarterback. They were disciplined. They're smart. They understand football now. They understand we don't have to go in here and get all of these numbers trying to get a sack every play. Let's make the right play. The right play is alignment and assignment, being where I'm supposed to be, hitting the person the coach told me to hit, and then follow the ball. And when they do that, their numbers skyrocket as far as the defense. Let me go back again with their defense. If you look at it on this defense, go even the Nebraska game, ain't no team scored no more than 7 points on them that second half. Go to every game, no more than 7 points been scored in the second half. That tells you something. Defenses that get stronger in the second half are good to great defenses. Most defenses get tired and worn down in the second half. Not these studs. These studs get stronger as the game go on, and that bodes well for CU when we get deeper down into this here conference. Oh, I'm just excited. And then their future. Let's go again. Y'all remember them old days? They can't develop nobody. Arden Walker going to be a future. McCoy's the future. You have Wiggins over there future. And we ain't even talking about Brantley. We ain't even talking about Brantley. Let's say again, they had a boy out there who was 59 from Canada. So he made some nice plays. It's talent everywhere. These are people, you're like, well, who? They have talent everywhere. Those boys just saying, Coach Prime is telling them, you do what you're supposed to. I'm going to put you at the show. Now it's your job to show the people why you're here. And they're doing it.
Hey, listen, the tackles didn't want the smoke so bad. That's why they just started going to quick slants. Because the tackles like, hey, we don't even want to. We can't block them, coach. We can't block them. We got those slants. Just keep throwing slants. And once you took them slants away from them, that's when you start seeing Sack City.
Hey, let's switch to the linebacker room. Let me tell you how it's done, boy. This linebacker room ain't no joke. Coach Drake, Rob, and Steven. You know, I'm an offensive coordinator. I've been a head coach. You know, I always like the offensive side of the ball. But I'm telling you, this year, I don't even pay that close attention to the offensive side of the ball. I be wanting to see the defense. the defense, and especially this linebacker group. Man, Hill Green hit R.J. Jefferson so hard. I text Greg and Steven in that group chat. I said, man, when I can watch that replay, he laid there. He was finna get up. It was 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I said, he didn't want to get up, y'all. He laid back down. He hit him so hard, Coach Drake. Bruh, like he wanted to tap out. That line, what y'all think about the linebacker room, how they play?
I mean, when you talk about Hill Green, I told people when he got on campus. But you know what? When DJ Lundy left, y'all cried and y'all cry me a river. Oh, I don't know what we gonna do. Oh, who is this kid Hill Green? Oh, we need DJ. He played for Florida State and they went undefeated. Florida State 1-5. He ain't hit nobody all year. And this kid Hill Green, all he did was come in here and do the right thing. Trust the process. Waited his time. Got on the football field and showed you, hey, coach, you can't take me off. I belong out here every snap. And that's what I tell y'all with life, man. You don't have to rush the process. A lot of y'all trying to hurry up to get to the top and to do anything to pull the next person out. You ain't got to do that. Just do your thing. Stay consistent to yourself. Be the best you can be every day when you get up. And this is what you will see, that if you do that, that good things are happen to fall right in your lap. You won't even have to go far or deviate from what you got going on. Just do your job. And like I told you, I hadn't really seen the kid play. I heard him talk. I just heard the young man speak. I said, oh yeah, he needs to start for Colorado. And ever since that game he done got in, hey, listen, the Butkus Award, I think we need to be on the list. I just think we need to be on the list.
Most definitely.
I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest with you. The kid feels the gaps like when he see it, he going downhill. Bentley, again, another guy who been here 2 years, been coached by Coach Hart, and he's just got better and better. And then, what can we say about that Florida boy? He got his opportunity to get in there, and he did what he was supposed to do. And that's what we expect. Chaney up next. Chaney gonna get his opportunity, and that's what I be saying. We just can't rush it. I know we want to see them guys, but everything gotta happen. Everything happens for a reason. But right now, the way Bentley, Hill Green, and what Webster did last night, you gotta be pleased with them guys. We got some linebackers, guys, and then you gotta understand Gage Goldberg makes every trip. The kid Garcia, he gonna be ready. He gonna be ready next year. So when you thinking that we ain't getting it ready, these guys are getting ready. And now all the top notch recruits, hey, listen, we ain't gotta call them. I guarantee you they call in Boulder, baby. I guarantee you they call in Boulder. They want to know what's going on. I'm telling you. I told you Michael Jackson was in Florida this weekend. Red's phone ringing like ain't nobody business. You understand me? Michael Jackson was in Florida. They want to see what Mike can do for him, see if they can get it. Because everybody want to get on the show. Everybody want to. Hey, I bet y'all don't call. I bet you want to get on the reality show now, don't you? I bet you want to get on the reality show now, don't you? But them linebacker guys, I'm so happy for Coach Hart. I'm so happy for Coach Hart because these guys are showing what real coaching is, and that trusting the process, getting the guy in from Michigan. I know that helps, guys. I'm not naive. I know having great coaching, but you don't see that man trying to step on Coach Hart toes. He just trying to help Coach Hart make them young men better, and that's when you know you got good coaches.
Man, BWatts. Now, what I told you last week.
Yeah. Hey, somebody, I ain't gonna call his name. He told me, I told you, man, we saw everything. You see, you just gotta be patient, let it play it out. Boy, it played out, boy. It played out. Shout out to Coach Hart, man. He did his thing over there.
Hey, listen, I said just be patient. I couldn't I kind of knew what was coming, but I couldn't speak upon it, but it's out publicly now. But that's why I said just be patient, man. Once you got through them first 4 weeks, everybody that you want to see hit that field is gonna hit that field. They gonna on third downs. What you ask for? What you ask for third downs now?
Oh yeah, we got it.
All right. So hey, what happened? What happened on third down?
Huh?
What happened on third downs?
We got what we want. We got what we want.
I just want to check now.
Hey, sound like they heard me. Put it like that.
Hey, listen.
Now, y'all told me your coach don't say y'all right.
No. I'm just saying when you say leave them out there on third down, so let's see what happens. Let's see if we can get off the field. What happened?
Hey, they got off the field.
All right.
Leave them out there. Man, we were saying that song for 2 weeks. I just didn't want them to lose them first 3 games. I know how crucial it is. Yeah. So when they got closed there, I was like, man, because me and Miss Steve were talking, said, man, they trying to win? But you know, hey, my emotion got caught up in me. But hey, Coach Ray told me that ain't gonna play. That's okay. All right.
Sometimes it's the weirdest thing with college football is getting through the first 4 weeks, because once you get past your 4th game, that's when reality sets in. That's when you know who's gonna be on the team and who gonna red shirt, who ain't gonna be on the team. And so a lot of things we get too ahead of ourselves before the first 4 games. But what you're seeing from the linebacker room is what they already knew. They just had to let the games play out and let you end up making the decision of, are you gonna play? You gonna continue staying on this train? Are you gonna jump off the train? Or what you gonna do? So what you're seeing is just the fruits of the labor just prospering right now. That's what you see. Bentley didn't have his best game, but he was consistent, right?
I think he hurt with his foot, bro.
Yeah, no, he's still dealing with that foot injury. The best thing right now is we're going on the bye, so you get time to rest up. So he'll be ready for K-State. But what you got to see was them have an opportunity to take him out, so he didn't strain the injury to make it worse than what it is. So you got to put in a Jalen Webster to come in and let him flash, let him go make plays, let him make a forced fumble. Now that first play, KJ made him make a business decision.
Oh yeah, yeah. KJ got him on that one. Yeah.
The second play, he said, "You know what? I made the wrong business decision last time. I'm gonna make a better business decision this time." And so that's what happened with that fumble, because he said, "Hey, you ain't gonna get it twice now. You got me once, and I just have to hear from Coach Hart. You ain't gonna get me again, dog." No, we ain't gonna do that one. But every time you see Hill Green, you just see consistency. Every time he just filling the hole, and when he hits you, he hitting you. I'm talking about the UCF fans. They was nervous over there. They was like, "Hey, we don't want him hitting him," because KJ didn't want to get up. They like, "Oh,
he did.
Hey, listen,
boy, he wanted to tap out, Rod."
Hey, no, when I'm talking about, when I tell you KJ was completely tired, he was folded. He was trying to get Gus to put the ball in the quarterback in. Gus just wasn't gonna do it. He was trying to bring him in. I'm tired. Bring him in. Hey, listen. It got so bad to the point they put in number 0 so they can stop handing the ball to KJ. They put in number 0 so he can run around in yard like it's high school, junior high football, and just run around in circles. That's literally what they did, because they like, hey, we gotta stop getting KJ hit. Hey, 0, get the ball, and just let him run. And I'm talking about Hill Green smacked number 0 so hard. That boy got up, man. Like, it's football. You think he's gonna get hit?
No ball hit all 4 quarters to the horn sound, boy.
and then number 0 caught the ball. Ray Buell came and chased him down and smacked him. He really got first in.
Yeah, no boy, hunt, boy. Go Brown got some hunters, man. They got some real dogs on that defensive side, man.
He was like, damn, every time I get away.
Bro, you never did talk on Coach Strayer, but Rob, you never said anything about Webster. How Webster performed?
Oh, I'm getting to him. I'm just ready. I'm for warm up to get to him.
Okay.
When I kept telling you who the person that was going to be the next person up was Webster, he just went out and proved it. He shot gaps. He made play. Now he did have to make some couple business decisions, but when he did make the play, he made it.
RJ, a big old dude. He said, "Man,
hey, listen. He was a lot bigger. He was a lot bigger when he ran that ball than when he passed the ball.
You say he weighed 200 pounds. Is he really that big?
If you see him, he looked about 265, 275. When you really up person on him, he looked about 260, 275. So you gonna think about it when you I'm telling you right now. Matt just told Travis, just let him run out of bounds. Don't tackle him, dog. We don't need you getting hurt trying to tackle him, man. Let him run out of bounds. Push him out of bounds. So he got some girth on him. But what I'll say though,
RJ Harvey, he kind of want to tap out too now. He checked himself out about 2-3 times.
Hey, listen, RJ took himself out the game.
He did.
Because he listen, when he couldn't get past the defensive line, it was a wrap for him. He was like, damn, every time I turn around, by the time I get the ball, the defense in my lap. Like I gotta make something happen as soon as I touch the ball. Like I can't even get 1-2 yards to do nothing. I'm getting he got frustrated. He checked himself out. That's why 0 was in the game.
How many rushing y'all he ended up with, Coach Ray? Y'all know? Rob?
Under 70, I know that.
I think
85?
I think something like 85.
I tried to tell y'all he wasn't
No.
going to get
No. It definitely wasn't 80. I can tell you 100% fact it wasn't 80. It was under 70. It was under
80.
Okay, I have to go look. I thought
somebody, y'all don't mind. Look up.
100%. It wasn't about 80.
Somebody said 7. They saying 77. He got 77 yards. How many carries did he have?
Yeah, that sound about right. Anyway,
I keep trying to tell everybody, ain't nobody rushing for 100 yards on us unless they break one for about 50.
Trust me.
It's got to be in the first half.
I know he didn't hit 80 because I know he didn't hit 80. That's the one thing I didn't know.
He carried the ball. He had somebody said J Dot. That name sounds familiar. J Dot. That's all. Okay.
Yeah.
25. He said 25. You think?
Yeah. The best play RJ had. The best play RJ had all night was that real route, and that was
they
just
told them they were coming. They still couldn't stop.
Hey, listen, Coach Hart. When I'm telling you on the sideline, Coach Hart literally had just told them before the play happened. Hey, they finna to come with you. It's just the person that he was lining up on was Billy. Billy was the person that was covering him.
Yeah.
So it was just
like he tried to go under instead of go over the top on him.
Yeah. So I mean,
but that's how the play. That's how the play was supposed to work, though. When the dude come in on the slant, that's what it's supposed to do. It was just a good play call by Gus Malzahn. They looked at it and they said, "Oh, Bentley over here. They probably know he got a hurt toe, so we'll put KJ over here and try." So I mean, it was a good. That was one of the best play calls that Gus had.
I mean, they done been doing it every game. They don't play. They did it on what's called TCU.
Hey, but what I will say though is
when you got to pull. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Dre.
They did it 3 times on TCU.
If you got to pull that out early in the game like that, you know you're scared.
You in trouble.
You know you're scared. You in trouble because you knew you couldn't run the ball. So I got to find a way to manipulate the defense. So I got to give him kudos. That was the best play he called all night.
Yeah.
I will say this: when they did try to run that play a couple times, he didn't. Oh no, he didn't get a sniff to get the ball there because we was on his backside. Hey, come here. You ain't getting that one off again. But no, our linebackers they played well. They played tremendously well. Billy, he fought through his injury. He made plays when he needed to. Some plays you could tell that the injury affected him, but overall, man, you got what you got a linebacker play, especially when they bring him. I think Hill Green, he played majority of the game. I don't think he didn't really come out that much.
He didn't come. I ain't seen him come out now.
Yeah, he was playing every down. The only people that was coming, the people that was alternating was Jalen and Bentley. So you got like what you see. But one thing I do say is when you do bring in Jalen, you bring in speed that can cover running back out the backfield. So that is a tremendous help for us in that sense. So we figuring it out.
Chainsaw did that too at the end. I seen Chainsaw in there.
Yeah. When they finally took out Hill Green, when they knew definitively like the game's over, like they put the whole second unit in, like the whole the Brandon Swain, the true freshman, he played on the defensive line. Number 59, Webb, he played. They bring in Hodge at corner. They bring in the whole second unit came in.
Yeah. I think we played everybody we brung on the trip. That's great. I think we played everybody we brung on the trip.
The only person that didn't play, that didn't get in the game, was the third string quarterback. But outside of that, everybody played.
All right, Steven, get in there, man.
Well, it's easy to get into here because what people got to realize how good your linebacker group is. You had 2 people redshirt, and they happen to be linebackers. What does that tell you? If you're going to have 2 people redshirt that are linebackers, and one of them was starting, and the other one was getting a lot of playing time too, it lets you know how deep that linebacker group is. It lets you know that it ain't just Hill, Green, and Bentley. You got 3 more behind them that the coaching group looking at is saying, hey, these young men here young, but they ready. We got some talent in this room. And what I like is the production. What told me everything I need to know, just like Coach Dre say, I listened to Hill Green, an adult, a professional and adult in the room. Him and Bentley, I have so much respect for. Bentley last year, what Bentley went through, starting all them games, and to get pulled like he got pulled and told to sit his butt down, and still had to stay professional and go through it and be able to get back in, pick up his production like he did last year, and turn this year around. Now, come back to this year. You got a person, Hill Green, who got there. Everybody who watched Hill Green at practice, this ain't like it's new. They knew what they had in practice. Every player on that team, if you think he hitting now, how you think he was hitting when they told him he was sitting on that bench? He probably was taking their heads off, and they probably told him, Coach, we can't be live in here with that guy. That guy got some anger issues right there, and he's putting it on these first string. So let's do something right here. Let's just gently move him up to that first string, because we ain't gonna keep running backs if he stay here. It's not a good business decision. He was so professional that he didn't come in there and say, man, are you serious? I went to the University of Michigan. This dude, come on now. I'm way better than this dude. He waited. He stayed professional. He studied. If you look at him, what I like about him is this. They understand what those 2, the block bully and Barnes and my boy Coach does for them. Barnes and block bully taking up them double teams, that's a tag team. If you take up a double team, that means I'm clean with offensive linemen. They don't get touched. And when they don't get touched, that means that they got a lane to go through, and that gap. And when they go through it, please, mama, don't let that man hit me like that again. It reminds you of baby boy. When old Ben Raines went behind him and put him in that headlock and slapped him upside the head. Say, I got you, boy. Call for your mama. And that's what Hill Green say. Call for your mama, boy. I like it. Lick him upside the head. Call for your mama, because I got you. and that's what happens when you go in that gap as a running back. Harvey went through there, and he told him, I got you. Call for mama. Call because I got you. And that's what he does. And it suffocates you. What I realize is this. If you hit somebody in the mouth and you hit them hard, because football has changed a little bit. It's not as physical as it used to be. Hill Green different. Hill Green is old school.
Oh, yeah,
and when you're hitting somebody like that, that's different. And people are gonna, hey, if you look at it, they said, Uncle, I hate to say it, but UCF tapped out. They tapped out. They was like, I don't want no more of this. I don't want this whooping.
When you look at KJ, when you look at KJ and at the last drop he had, he just knew when the second team came in that he was just gonna play bully ball. And when them boys came up was hungry, they started smacking him. He was, every time he got tackled, he stayed on the ground extra 10, 15 seconds.
Rod, that 4th quarter, bro, tapped out there. I'm telling you now. I'm telling y'all, bro.
That second unit was coming like heat missiles. Like they was saying.
And that second unit be hungry when they come in, Coach Dre. They want their playing time too, Coach Dre.
They want, but see what the thing is, you don't wanna let your brothers down. They done played so good. You don't want to give up no touchdowns on your watch. You don't want to get in the film room today and be like, oh man, when they get to this part of the game, You know, it's gonna be laughing and a lot. You know, we've been critiquing little stuff, and we begin in here high fiving in the film room, and then we get to us, and now it's critiquing time. So them guys played with a lot of compassion, a lot of focus, and that's all you want is your opportunity to put something on film to show that you ready, to show that you prepared, that you ain't just standing there on the sideline, that you've been taking mental reps, you've been staying in tune to the football game, and when your number is called, you ready to step in there and play, and that's all you saw from them guys. So you gotta be pleased with what you've been seeing. But like I say, I'm glad we got an off week so we can get a little healthier, get some guys back. But when we get some guys back, like you say, the coaches got some good decisions to have to make because guys are really playing great football. UCF, they just didn't have it. They just didn't have it. They once they realized that they couldn't run the football, and I told y'all if you make KJ throw it, he'll throw it to us. If you make KJ throw it, he'll throw it to us. That ain't
Oh,
what they brought him there. That ain't what you brought him there to do. But then what y'all really don't know is UCF ain't on the same page as a football team right now. Like, it's kids and parents that's upset because they don't even think that RJ should be the quarterback. They think
KJ.
the other kid that KJ shouldn't be they think the other kid that they got from Miami should be the quarterback. And they voice their opinion publicly. So that's one of the Gus's biggest problems right now is he has a team full of selfish. He got selfish players and not selfless players. We got selfless players and not selfish players. And you know what I'm saying? And I hate it for Gus because I think Gus is a great football coach and a great human being. But right now he got some real problems at UCF, and it's gonna bubble up to the forefront if they don't come down here next week and beat the Gators.
Hey, listen, it was 8 minutes and 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter when all UCF fans left. And there wasn't nothing but Colorado fans in there. And all you heard in the stadium was Skull Buffs just being chanted. And you could just see the depression on the UCF side, like, how in the hell do y'all come to our stadium and start chanting and we getting blown out at home? Like, how does this happen? But when you look around it was nothing but Colorado fans in there, like the entire fourth quarter, because all the UCF fans was gone. There wasn't nothing but Colorado fans. And also all you seen was chants of Colorado. The fight song was going on. It was Skull Buffs, and it was getting louder and louder. They on offense. We said we got defensive chants going on. Who's at home? And every time, I don't know if y'all can hear this on TV or not. Every time Colorado got the ball on first down, they play, "Let's go, crowd! Get louder, get louder, get louder!" Every time they try to throw off the count to try to get Colorado a false start. Every down they start playing "Get louder, get louder." Like they had their little techniques that they was trying to use against Colorado. It just didn't work. It just didn't work.
I see you now, Mike. What's up, Mike? What's going on? Appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate you. Yeah. I call for your mama. Call for your mama. Boy, you something there. Look at him. Let's talk about the safety position. Cameron Simeon Craig, the physicality and the leadership that he brings to this team. When he picked up that fumble and ran that ball that distance, boy, I couldn't think of one thing, Coach Dre. Coach Moden, the strength and condition to run that far and how hard he already been playing, bro. I ain't know even that fast.
But that wasn't even it. It was because y'all made such a big deal about a picture that CU put out talking about UCF was using it as fuel. It was being disrespectful to Florida after they went through a hurricane and do all of that. That ain't what like that. Them people ain't built like that. So for that kid to get that, that's why he took his helmet off. He said all the time. He said why he knew he was gonna have. He said he know he gonna have to run 5 gases for it, but he happily gonna run the 5 gases because I want y'all to see that. Hey, listen, you can't drown. That's what we was talking about. That we can't drown a shark. That you can't drown a shark. That's what the picture was about. That's what I'm about. I am the true definition of dog. Prime, I need my boy to get a D on his jersey. If you're listening to me, bro, I need my dog to get a D on his jersey because he's the true definition of what a dog is. He is a constant professional. He does everything right. So I hated that they was trying to make a big deal out of the picture, but it just solidified that kid didn't do nothing wrong. See, the old people always told me God will give you a sign when you're doing something right or wrong. So when that boy hit him, and it fell right in his hands. It fell right in his hands. It did bounce. Normally when you hit somebody like that, it bounced. It take a weird bounce. It fell right in his hands, and that's the first thing I thought about was how them old people say God will show you if you're doing right or wrong, and that was just a clear indication that kid didn't do nothing wrong. That kid is a constant great kid, and you got to tip your hats off to him. He's the surefire leader of that defense. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Preston Hodge came back, played a great game. He reset the football game. Shador threw a pick. Then, like I told you, if you make him throw the ball, he gonna throw it to you. There ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it. He gonna throw it right to you. You ain't even gotta look for it. He gonna throw it right in your hands. And so he reset the game, and then we went out and did what we went out and did what we supposed to do. I mean, Travis Hunter is who he said he is. No disrespect to Richard Sherman, Bland. Don't never call that kid that again in your life. He's very much more than that. He's just arguably and he stroked the pose for y'all to let y'all know, hey, listen, if we ain't talking about us getting the Heisman, then I don't know what you're saying. Hey, listen, and I understand Jalen Milroe doing his thing and Cam Ward doing his thing, but they're not Shador Sanders. And then DJ just did his thing. He was constant. He was good. But like I said, you knew you weren't gonna really get too many balls thrown your way until they had to start trying to throw the ball. And we got to work a little bit on that. But on those crossing, on the little underneath stuff. But I think we tried to go to a zone. We tried something different from the man to man. So we was trying something. And so now I think, and we know with Livingston, when you give him a chance to get something on film and get to go doctor it up, he gonna doctor it up. So I guarantee you we'll be ready the next time we see that. But you got to be happy. And then Carter Stoudemire, he's done nothing but been consistent in playing that spot. He's been consistent in playing that spot, and you got to be happy with that. Again, guys, everything in that secondary can come back except for Travis. I mean, even Travis could come back if he wanted to, but we know he's not. But everything in that secondary comes back, and that's a scary thought. That's a scary thought. That's a scary thought.
When you look at Cam, that was just like an overly blessed opportunity that's been coming for a while, and they just finally landed at the right moment, at the right time to just go ahead and put the nail in the coffin, right? Soon as in doubt, when they thought they had a chance and they thought something was gonna happen, they thought something was gonna break, we gonna make a play on defense. So man, what Cam is the guy I took before the game started. That was the guy I went with. Cam's him credit. So what he did, I knew it. I got a clip coming for all y'all after the game with Cam and Will Shepherd. So y'all stay tuned. It's gonna drop sometime this week. So I got something for y'all after the game. But when you talk about the secondary, when you talk about, I don't know who's in UCF scouting department who keep thinking that they gonna keep trying Preston Hodge, like that's gonna work for them. It ain't, man. We knew situations like that was gonna come. When we reset the game from that interception, you could just tell that, the whole momentum out of the bounce house just got taken away from them. It just got taken away. Like it wasn't no bounce house because the fans wasn't bouncing. It wasn't nothing rocking. It was quiet. And then we go down there and we go and Travis score. And from there on, it was our quarterback suck. Our quarterback suck. We know he ain't no good. And the fans just start turning on him. It was just terrible. But to get back on topic, right, with our secondary, they played their butts off. Now, do we give up a couple slap passes, 3 plays in a row? Yeah. But overall, you didn't see no catches really. The person that came in running their mouth, what did he end up with? All you did was end up on Twitter apologizing to Travis and letting him know he's the best player. Something that we already knew. But you got to do something to fill yourself up at the end of the day, right? UCF, they tried everything they can to get themselves going. And what I told you, don't poke the bear. Richard Sherman poked Travis Hunter. So he hurts you from the get-go. So, Travis going out there, just doing what he's supposed to do, having his Heisman moment. And, we did what we're supposed to do. But shout out to, this entire secondary. Can't forget about DJ. DJ played a lot better this game than he had last game. So you got to get credit due on that part. Carter, consistency, right? Stay in the line, stand with his assignment. We got no deep balls thrown over the top. Now I do think that one play where he made the tackle, the player was down, but that's here nor there. So it is what it is. But overall, the secondary played very well. And I just want to make sure that we give DJ a shout out because he did play tremendously better this week than he played last week, and I don't want that to get missed.
Exactly. Yeah. He struggled last week, but he
and
came back.
Hood did what he always do, just consistency. Yeah. He did what he always do. So I definitely didn't forget about Hood.
That doggone BWatts.
Yeah, I just want you to hear that. I just want you to hear that.
You funny to me. You are funny to me. BWatts one of them dudes. You have 56 plays. I get beat on 3. BWatts gonna say I just had a terrible. It was just bigly. I just had a terrible. It was just terrible. It was just bigly.
I just want you to hear that. I was the only one saying that. Rob came around and verified.
I understand what people are saying. I get it.
But for me,
I get it. I'm a numbers guy.
Yeah.
I'm a numbers guy, and I go by numbers.
I didn't say he played bad. I just say he had a bad performance.
He was off. I agree. He was off as far as
we all don't need that. Kobe Bryant was the best. He don't had the off game before.
No, for me, it's more about technique. I'm saying he had a bad game for his technique, understanding how to pursue the ball. That's what I'm saying. Not saying like
he don't ever turn around.
He was tremendously terrible. It's just he had a bad game of if you get your head turned around, those are interceptions. You get your hand on the ball, like you could tell, like mentally locked in. When he dropped the interception, it bothered him. So that's he just had a bounce back game and he played tremendously well. And that was the truth of the matter.
A learning experience, and it's good for him. It's good for him to have something that they can build on. And those things, when it comes to technique, you build on your technique and to perfect it. Once you perfect it, hey, those interceptions and stuff are going to come. But what they have is this one here. You don't have a weak link when it comes to that backfield because what you have to realize, and everybody has to realize, they don't go to Travis' side. And I still can't believe they tried that one-on-one with Travis. And lucky that wasn't no interception. I don't get it. That's the wrong person think you can throw it up over Travis can jump out the gym. I've seen that young man play basketball. And if you think he can't get up, he can't fly like Jordan, Travis can get up. Just hear me. Travis, I wait till you see his numbers at the combine. Travis and Jimmy going to have some combine numbers that people going to shake their head when they see their combine numbers. I'm telling you, when they do their combine, Travis and Jimmy are going to have some numbers that people are going to be like, wow, I didn't know that. But let me get back to the backfield.
Mr. T, I'm going to say this before you get to it. That's if Travis does the combine.
He don't have to. I don't think he has to. But if he want to be I think Travis is going to go in and do a few things to get the top 5, to be a top 5 pick. He's going to have to go just do a couple things. If I'm him, I just say, hey, I'm going to do the 40 and I'll do a vertical or something and I'll do a lateral and that's it. And I'm done for the day. That's all he needs to do because that's all they really want to see from him. And once they do that, he say, I'm done. I'll do this and I'm done. But getting back to it, when it pertains to the DBs, what I like is what Coach Dre hit on. Their future is there. Not only are they performing now at a high level, all that coming back. And then they got some players that you don't see right now that are on that third string and second string that are going to be coming up that are playing very well also. That's why they're so comfortable. And then you got all them hundreds of recruits. If you look at Coach Prime, where he really destroys you at, Coach Prime sees players that everybody else be like, oh, I don't know about that player. He get him. He got another guy on there to go hard, that hardest kid that goes both ways. That's a talent. That's an athlete. He got some talent over there. They got a good eye at spotting guys that can play immediately. And that's what I like about this group. Because when they bring freshmen in, it ain't no freshman up, dude. You got to sit for 2 years, build up, and nah. Coach Prime now make sure your body's prepared for it. That's the first thing they look. It's your body. Okay, his body's ready for right now. Next thing they look at his mentality. Then they look at his skill set. They know that you can play day one, and that's what they're looking for. It might not be day one, but it's going to be that 5th, 6th game. You should be ready to go. But I'll just hit it to this one here. The future is bright at Colorado when it pertains to that DB backfield. I mean, bright in Colorado. No fly zone, baby.
No fly zone, no fly zone. Coach Drake, he said he back, but Coach Ryan told him, boy, you ain't never left. What you talking about? Here we go.
Are you kidding me?
Hey, boy, that boy went out there and laid out there and got that thing. But the throw, though, to do it, that looked like he just went back and just let it went. And, boy, he came out of nowhere and just came and got that thing. What you think about that catch from Will Shepard?
I mean, Will Shepard is. I mean, he's not played bad in any games. I mean, he had some drops, but the best one had drops. Like I told you, Terrell Owens was there. He led the NFL in drops, and he probably
Oh,
arguably top 3, top 2 receivers to ever play the game. Will Shepard is that guy, and it's scary that it's scary. It's scary. Like if I'm a team, I don't want to play against them guys because I don't know who's gonna get off. We know 12 gonna do his thing. Now I gotta be worried about 14. I gotta be worried about 10. 5 if he get the ball in his hands. Y'all saw the speed on the punt return. And we can get Draylon the ball out the backfield. You might get C5 back before after this break. Timmons got in and got him a catch. Like we can go on and on. Mathis ain't healthy yet. Like you get Cam McHale ain't healthy. So we set for now and the future. But I think and that's what and like Prime said in his press conference, I want y'all to write with that same enthusiasm and that same conviction that y'all wrote with when y'all said that these kids couldn't do this and couldn't do that because these kids got feelings. And that's what I want you adults to understand. When you get on here and you bash a kid and you say this, that, and the other. One of the main reasons why Coach Dre don't do that, I have a kid. So if I get on here and I bash a kid and talk about him bad, then my son is open game. You get what I'm saying? And that ain't something that these young men need. You need to uplift them. Like that was the point of me being disappointed in what Richard Sherman said. It wasn't that what you said. It's like, bro, he a kid. Well, don't you want him to do better than what you did? Don't you think he deserves better? You get what I'm saying? He ain't did nothing to nobody. He don't talk about nobody. All he do is go out there, play football, fish, have fun. So I'm so happy because Will Shepard has got his confidence back. It's easy for Prime to say you ain't never left, but when the first thing Will said, I'm back. He feel like he back. You get what I'm saying? And when you go from being the man that gets 10 to 15 targets, he was the only target at Vanderbilt. When they throw in the ball, they throw in the ball to Will Shepard. Now I'm in a room where I'm not getting that many targets, so I got to make every target count. And I think he's comfortable in his role now, and he knows Shedeur trusts him. Because all Shedeur did was drop back. I know where I'm going with the football.
First
I know
read.
where I'm going with the football. And so Will Shepard, that's an NFL throw. I don't have to throw it because you see the DB, he think he finna get an easy interception. Oh boy, he done overthrew the receiver. No, I didn't
Yeah.
overthrow the receiver. I threw it just so the receiver can adjust while you sitting back there thinking it's finna fall in your hands. You get what I'm saying? So I'm so happy for that guy. But us as adults, man, let's stop bashing these young men. Yeah, every game ain't gonna be great. But when you got a receiving core like what you got right now, every night ain't gonna be your night. But what I like is that they complement each other. They want the best for each other, and I think they've all got that now. Hey, every game might not be my game, but as long as one of us get off, because we know 12 gonna do his thing. We know 12 gonna do his thing. So it might be but I think everybody got a catch yesterday. I think every receiver that was there, they got a catch. So we got to be. I mean, I'm talking about the ones that played. I know that Mathis did. Oh, I mean, we threw it at him. I mean, it ain't like we didn't target him. And when I say everybody got let's say it like that, everybody got a target. Everybody got a target. They might not have caught it, but everybody got a target. So I was pleased. I was pleased with that. But hey, I'm just happy that Will's confidence is back, and like I told y'all, it's scary because Will Shepherd was a top dog in the SEC at receiver. He was a top dog in the SEC, and y'all know what the SEC brings to the table. Ain't nothing to even talk about.
The best thing about that play that you showed, BWatts, Travis the one who called for that play to happen.
Right.
That's what a lot of people don't know. Like he the one like drew it up. He said, "Hey, if we do this and we do that, this post route gonna be open." All she did was drop back and just trust what Travis had said. And those are the things. Well, I'm gonna get to Will, but those are the things that you're starting to see with this offensive side. Is the wide receivers are talking, the quarterback is talking, and Pat is just listening to them. Then you get Coach Brown sprinkling what he want to see right before we kick that field goal. Hey, don't go for the home run. Let's just dink this thing, get out of bounds, and let's kick this field goal. So you're starting to see when people talk about the coaching and this, that, and the third ain't there. You're starting to see it is there. It's just you're not paying attention to it because you're focused on what you see on TV. And so when everybody got on Will Shepherd last week, what's the first thing I said? Y'all just be patient. Be patient because at some point the breakthrough's gonna come. And when the breakthrough come, now you add another layer to this team that it's gonna be a problem with. So we say, hey, this team can't be stopped. Everybody confidence got to be ready to go. And so everybody confidence, right? Will was the person that didn't have a lot of confidence, right? So now we get him on the ball, we get him the ball. Now that confidence builds back. So now across the board, you got 4 wide receivers with confidence and it's running full speed. And now each one of them don't care who get the ball. And as much as people be like, oh man, the ball go to Travis too much, Travis be the main person telling people, let's get these other people involved. That's one of the things that they don't even get talked about. How much Travis is so selfless in that situation of, hey, I know they're gonna be the attention gonna be on me, but I want my boy to go score because when he goes score, it's gonna open up for me to go do more things and better things. So we need to count on something. And Shador got thrown into double coverage. Guess what? Travis go up there and make the catch on the sideline and get up out of there on 3 people. Lucky he stepped out of bounds because if he didn't, he was trying to house it. But to get back to Will Shepherd, it just meant he's just building confidence and stacking plays on top of plays. And you're starting to see if he gets going and Travis gets going on the outside, how it's going to open up that game for LeJounte and Jimmy Horn. And that's how LeJounte scored so easy on that play because they were so afraid of Will and Travis.
What I see is this here. I said from day one, you got 4 receivers that are ready for the world right now. Tell me a place in the SEC, the ACC, the NBC, the ABC, the QBC. It don't make a difference what kind of C or A you put on it. That has 4 legitimate DBs that can cover them on the same team. You're not going to find it. I looked at Georgia. Yep, they got 2 nice ones. But I tell you what, when you get to the 3rd and 4th one, partner, they back there you scratching your head. I looked at the great Alabama. They got 2 sitting over there. But you go to the 3rd and 4th one, they gonna be cooked. You got big leagues. You ain't not finding 4. And when you got that kind of talent and you got boys behind, young men behind them that's just as hungry and that can beat you on one-on-ones, that's a problem. But Mr. Will I Am is this one here. You don't sleep on Shepherd. And the only thing you have right now is this one here. It's going to be up to Coach Sherman to say, now, let me scheme a little bit more, because the more you scheme, the more you're gonna put defensive players at disadvantages in which Will never gonna be running by themselves, because you need to have plays in which the play is schemed so nicely. You need to start seeing, like they did that wheel route when that running back was wide open. When you scheme correctly, players are wide open. And that's what we need to get to and see you when we're doing some crossings and doing loading three up. I saw a play today in the NFL. It was Arizona and the Commanders. That coordinator went and put the running back and the receiver. They lined them up just like it was like the tight ends in the backfield. I was like, God, they did them wide to the right, the running back and the receiver right behind each other. I was like, wow, that's different. And then had the edges out there. Man, he had them receivers going out and the running back going this way, the receiver going the opposite way. The defense didn't know what to do. The defense didn't know what to do because it's scheming. When you scheme and you showing people something that they're not familiar with, that's a problem. So that's what I see with the receiving group. The next level for them is let's start scheming so we can get Will now where we know this scheme is for Will. This is for J5. Well, I'm going to call him Jay Horn because he's Jay Horn Jr. Get them young men open and in space and quit going for home runs every time, and we're going to be batting 1,000.
All right.
Oh, my. Maybe it was that
Is Travis the best player in college football right now to y'all?
Hands down. It ain't even a debate. It's not even a debate. I mean, who better? I mean, I understand Cam playing good, and you got to talk about Melrose. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. But who doing it on both sides of the ball like Travis Hunter? Listen, when you get off the bus, you know you got to stop 12, and you just can't. You know you got to stop 12, and you just can't. Jalen Melrose put himself in a nice position. Miami should have lost this week, but it wasn't going to be because of Cam Ward. Cam Ward did everything he was supposed to do. But there's nobody better than Travis Hunter. And like I say, he's a generational talent. You're not gonna see nothing like that. And I like the kid Ryan Williams from Alabama. I think he's special. To be so young, I think that kid is very special. But he's only playing one side of the football. So we saying a guy like Travis Hunter who's doing it on both sides of the football, playing over 100 plays in every game, never looks like he's tired. And like Rob said, he's selfless. He's very selfless. It's not about Travis Hunter. I don't think anything you really see Travis do, he makes it about him. You see Prime at the press conference. Brandon Marshall was in there with his sons, and they wanted to meet him. And Prime turned around and said, "Is Travis coming?" And he said no. And Prime said, "Oh, Travis ain't coming. He probably somewhere on the bus putting on a onesie, dancing or something." The kid doesn't. The kid, and the reason you can do all that because you're prepared. And like Rob said, I just don't think it's nobody better. In the last, I don't watch a lot of football in my lifetime. I've seen nobody like him. I've seen nobody like him. And I heard people say, "Oh, he did that at the HBCU level." Well, he's come to the big leagues, and he did it. If he was out there last night with Georgia and Alabama, he'd have been doing the same thing. Nothing would have changed. But you got to have a coach like Prime that would let him do that. No other coach in America, I think, lets him do that. I think they would have tried to keep him on one side of the football and tried to make him decide. And I think that's one of the main reasons why you're going to see the next two-way player you're going to see is going to be with Coach Prime in Colorado, because nobody else is doing that. But but don't be surprised. You're going to see some other coaches try to sprinkle it in there a little bit. You're going to have to if you want to get players to come, because this is the worst thing that could have happened in college football. Yesterday was the worst thing that could have happened in college football. And college football, they mad with UCF right now. You had 300 recruits in the building, and they got to see the show up close and personal. They got to see the show up close and personal. And I'm telling you, I'm in the recruiting world in the state of Florida. That's all anybody talking about. That's all anybody talking about.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. It might have been over more than 300 recruits. Because I ain't even gonna tell you the story about what really happened with them tickets. I'm gonna leave that alone because I was right there where the recruits come in at, so I know exactly what happened with some tickets. But I'm gonna leave that alone. That's for UCF to deal with. But when you look at Travis Hunter is hands down the best college football player in college right now. It's not even nothing to talk about, nothing to negotiate about. You gotta if you're not playing two ways and impacting the game in multitude of ways, what are we talking about, right? We know why you're gonna try not to give it to Travis because if you give it to Travis, then you gotta give Colorado some love. Then you gotta get Colorado some love. Then you gotta get Coach Prime some love. So we already know the effects of why they're gonna try to keep it away and why they keep trying to keep bump Travis down every time, every week, some way, somehow. They don't want to move him above 3, and it's like, what else do we got to do? Because I can show you inconsistencies from Miros. I can show you inconsistencies from Cam. Miami got lucky to win that game. So what were you talking about? So the things that gets me is that people only know Travis and Shador. They don't understand the things that they do for this team. They don't see the selfless stuff that they do with the team. They don't see how much they sacrifice and make sure that the team is getting better. They don't think about those things because all you see is those two names, those two faces. But when you talk about Travis Hunter and the way he with his teammates, the way he uplifts his teammates, the way he's always trying to sacrifice to make sure his teammates are in the game plan and to get the ball to this person, or even talking to the coaches to make sure that we in the right scheme on defense. Like those are things that don't get talked about. And now, you starting to see it because now Well-Off is starting to feature the stuff more. But I've been seeing that. It's just now it's just being put on notice. So like, hey, listen, these are the things that's really going on in the game that people don't even get to see. So shout out to Coach Prime, shout out to Well-Off, Reach the People, for showing that extra layer of what Travis is really doing. And when people say, "Oh, he ain't doing this, he ain't doing that," and just like y'all see, he come on the sideline, he look at that talent, he right back on the field. Like a lot of people don't think that he do all that stuff, but he do because when you get that TV timeout, it's 2 minutes, 3 minutes long. So he got time to process what's going on, so he can help his team be in a better situations. But the way how selfless Travis is, I think that's the piece that always gets missed about him that a lot of people don't know. And if you just got to come to a game and experience it, so you understand what I'm saying. A lot of y'all won't because y'all don't be at games. So a lot of things that I'm talking about, you won't see it on TV. You got to come to a game experience to see it.
But what you do see is this. He's the best player on the field on offense, and he's the best player on the field on defense. And his productivity shows up on both sides of the field. And not only that, but the next thing you see is this here. He plays 2 games in every 1 game. They're like, what you mean by that? He plays almost every offensive down and every defensive down. That's 2 games. Last time I checked, that's 2 games. Everybody else played just one set on either offense or defense. That's their entire game. So if it's 130, they only playing 75 or 75 on this side or 77 on this side, 72 on this, 70 whatever on this, 73 on this one. So the point being is this one, 53 on this one. So you got to do the math right. So the point is this one here. He's putting up all of these numbers, and he's doing it on both sides of the field. He has the productivity. And the next thing is this one here. America loves 2 things. They love a beautiful story, and they love money. And if you're telling me a beautiful story, it's Travis Hunter. And you're talking about something to make money, it's Travis Hunter. So when those 2 things come together, whether they like it or don't like it, it's good for business. Having Travis Hunter as one of your persons up there for Heisman Trophy is good for college football, and it's good for their bankroll. When those 2 things match up, I look forward to seeing Mr. Travis Hunter putting his hand out and accepting his trophy that he'd earned.
All right, guys, let's hit on this. We got about right at 4 minutes left. Let's hit on this for a little bit before we go. All right, red shirt. Uh, JB and Trevor. What that gonna mean? What that mean to the team?
So I don't really know what it means. I didn't, like I said, when Coach Prime said it last night, that was really my first time hearing it. I just knew they didn't make the trip. I mean, at the end of the day, those guys are doing whatever they feel is best for them. I wish them to. Like I said, I don't know if that means JB is leaving. I don't know. So I won't. I'm not gonna speculate and make any assumptions. I'll let him tell us. So when he tells us, then I'll make an assumption. But he's a great kid. Both of those guys are great kids. Uh, and I just wish them the best in whatever they decide to do. If they decide to leave, I understand. Because you get what I'm saying. It's just the nature of the beast. It's college football, and I can understand that. But for JB, if he just redshirting so he can stay and have another year to play, and really get on the field, I also understand that. So I just wish them guys the best. I don't want nothing but the best for them guys, and I know it's not about money. So you know what I'm saying. When you know it, when it's not about money and it's not about selfishness, I don't have a problem with kids doing what they feel is best for them if they feel like that's what's best for them, and that's how I feel on that.
Oh, I mean, basically it's just as simple. We just gotta wait and see. I mean, I'm not gonna. We just gotta wait and see. That's really the best thing I can say in this situation. Anytime a kid red shirt this early in the season, one or two things, right? It's either they're red shirting for because the playing time opportunity not gonna be there for them to play next year, or they transferring out. It's one of those two options. It ain't no other option in that situation. So we really won't know until you get to December what the real true options is, unless one of them come out publicly and say it. The way JB was locked in, I think he just, he's saving himself for another year because the opportunity is going to be a little bit better for him situational wise. So he can focus on other things right now. So I'm going to leave it at that.
I think it was a great business decision for them, meaning that they're looking out for their future and what's best for them if they plan on continuing on playing. I look forward to hearing them say whatever it is that their future plans on, and something. They're both professional, great young men, and we wish them the best.
All right, guys, this last topic right here. Hey, K State coming up in 2 more weeks. Dylan Evans coming back to Colorado. What y'all expectation of this game?
I'm gonna tell you, like I said last week to the Florida boys, we not going. That's not gonna be a storyline that I'm harping on him coming back. He one kid, uh, and he's been doing his thing at K State. Again, he made a decision that he felt was best for him. I'm not upset with him, but we're not gonna make that a storyline this week. It's a big game because it's the next game. It's not a big game because Dylan Edwards coming back to Colorado. It's a big game because it's the next game. It gives us an opportunity to be 3-0 in the conference. It also puts us probably in the driver's seat for the conference. And so that's why it's a big game, not because Dylan Edwards is coming back to Colorado. I don't even want to talk like I don't even want the reporters coming and asking my kids about that, because that's what I'm saying. Because I don't want nothing to be spun or said differently. If something don't go this way or that way, oh, they was trying to do this, they was trying to do that. No, Dylan was a good kid. Me personally, I've heard him say nothing bad about the University of Colorado. The first interview I heard him, I saw when they brought up the Colorado situation. I saw the young man get choked up talking about Coach Prime. And then another thing, this personal, fellas. And so when it's personal like that, I don't like to get involved in that kind of stuff. Coach Prime watched this kid grow up. He coached him as a little kid. I know he loves that kid like he loves his son. So I don't even want that to even be a narrative next week. It's just a big game because it's the next game. And like I say, when we can just focus on being 1-0 and not like all the other stuff that comes with it, that we want to block all that noise out. We got 2 weeks to hear about this, and that doesn't need to be the narrative that's being spent. Us playing against Dylan Edwards or Dylan Edwards coming back to Folsom. It needs to be about the Big 12 and us being able to put ourselves in the driver's seat in the Big 12 conference. That needs to be the conversation about next week.
Hey, listen, it's just right there simple. The media is gonna make this about Dylan Harris returning to Folsom Field, but for us, our major focus is on they starting running back and the quarterback. It's the same game plan like UCF. We lock in, we focus on them two, we take them two out the game. This game go. You make that K-State quarterback throw the ball, it's gonna be just like KJ Jefferson. He's gonna turn it over. So you lock in, you focus on that. Dylan Edwards, yes, he's a piece of K-State's team, but there's things that you could take him out of the game, right? It, he's really going to be effective on punt returns, right? Because that's what a return specialist is, and on kickoff return. That's a return specialist. Let's just point blank, period. Now, when you're going to see Dylan Harris, it's on third downs. They're not giving him the ball like that in a sense. So we can't worry about Dylan Harris and trying to focus on him. We got to focus on the two main guys who are the keys to their offense and who is about 65, 70% of their offense, which is the quarterback and they starting running back. That's just that simple.
You're just looking at Colorado versus Kansas State. That's all we need to worry about. Let's get this dub and call it as that. Dylan did great things when he was at CU. We commend that young man for that. He's now in his future endeavors. Let him handle his business, and our business at CU is this one: to go 1-0 in 2 weeks and keep it moving. This train moving. We ain't got time of talking about all that soap opera. Let's play football and keep it moving.
All right, that's the end of the show, guys. I ain't mean to keep y'all this long, but hey, conversation was good. Hey, everybody will tune in. Want to appreciate everybody that will tune in on Raw the Media side and my side, and everybody that participated in the chat. Hey, we appreciate all of y'all for rocking with us. And on behalf of me, I just want to say thank you. So we'll go around the horn for the last word, and we'll get out of here. Go ahead, Mr. Steve, then Rob, then Coach Dre.
Only thing I'm gonna say, I know it's long. Get y'all ready for the morning. Thank y'all. God bless. You didn't have to be here, but you did. We appreciate you. Much love to you.
Hey, listen, I know the Buffs don't play for another week and a half. I know it's going to be a long 2 weeks, and they gonna give you all these narratives to think about. But at the end of the day, none of it matter. All right, we just got to stay focused, stay grinding. One thing I want to do is shout out to the special teams this weekend. They played their butts off. Shout out to Mata for playing his butts off. The kickoff kicker, the true freshman. He did what he's supposed to do and took care of his job. And I think, we can't forget about the special teams and make sure we get them their love and their flowers because they definitely did great work this weekend. But as always, man, we thank y'all. We appreciate y'all for tuning in on every Sunday. It never goes unnoticed. If I got to see you in person, if you got to meet me in person, if you got pictures with me, send it to us. Let us know, man. But we appreciate y'all. Thank you for all the love that I got this weekend. If you see me at a game, don't be afraid to walk up and say anything to me. I'm a good person, and I ain't gonna do that crazy to you. So, as always, man, we appreciate you guys.
On behalf of myself and Rob the Man, Uncle Steve, BWatts, we appreciate you sticking in here with us. Like I say, man, we just some brothers that's trying to bring y'all some entertainment, but some real life, and hopefully we blessing somebody, picking somebody up. If you can get on here and listen to us and it brighten up your evening, we appreciate it. Rob did his thing down there in Orlando and got y'all some great content, and we appreciate that. BWatts is consistent in what he's doing, and Uncle Steve is going to be Uncle Steve. He always here to support us and help us out. Like you say, sending prayers to Georgia and Florida, North Carolina. All of those people have been affected by the hurricane, and I hope you guys are getting your power back and starting to get back to life. But understand that life gonna knock you down, but it's about what you do when life knock you down. So let's just get back up. Let's stay positive. Let's be blessed and let's try to bless. I guarantee you, if you bless somebody, watch how much a blessing it be to you. And like I always say, man, if we send no ships out, no ships will come in. And if there's no contest, nobody can win. Games can't be won if they haven't been played, and prayers can't be answered if they haven't been prayed. I am your man, Coach Drake. That is my brother Rob the Man. That's my brother BWatts. And the only uncle you know, Uncle Steve. Hey, you know where we'll be next Sunday, same place, same time. Love and respect.
All right, fellas, y'all have a good night. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate y'all.
fire. We got to put it out, right? Hold them to a field goal attempt, right? Get momentum back. Hit one wide and money on the flow. Let's go. Let's get off the field on third down and let's attack it, right? You're not running for shit. Keep playing downhill. We're doing a great job up front. All right, everybody with me? I want to see you make plays, big time. Let's go. Right? They got 3 times to communicate. Move people off the ball when we run it. Protect the fucking quarterback. He is getting hit way too much. I don't like it, so I know you don't like it. I know you like it. Take pride in not letting your man hit the quarterback. Do we understand that? Sure, sir. I don't want to see him on the ground no more. It's time to go home. Hey, no more MMA. Execute the game. Cover your ass out. Let's go get this. Let's go take this game off. Y'all fucking with me.
You're watching Sports Talk with BWatts Entertainment. I'm your host, Bernard Watt.
We said.